Setting up your first home studio can feel like a bit of a daunting task, especially when there's so much gear to choose from. It's very easy to get worried about making the wrong choices. If you're new to music production, you probably want to avoid the trial and error of buying, regretting, replacing equipment. Well, I'm here to help you. I've been teaching music production professionally for years, and I recommend equipment to students all the time. Now look, you do not need a fancy studio setup to get started. You only really need three main things. You need a way to make sound, you need a way to get sound into the computer, and you need a way of getting sound out of the computer. In this video, I'll recommend a cost-effective, beginner-friendly setup. I'll also recommend a professional pro home studio setup that you probably will never need to upgrade. It's that good. Okay, so without further ado, let's jump into it. So first thing to talk about is the most important thing. It's the computer. Now, if you don't already have a computer, it's probably going to be your biggest expense, but there are ways to save lots of money, if not thousands of pounds. I would recommend getting a refurbished one. What refurbished computer is essentially, it's an old computer, but they've replaced all the parts that can be replaced and made them new, serviced it, and made sure it's as good as it can be. Usually most refurbished Mac providers will provide you with a warranty as well. So the computers sometimes can be as good as new, but without that price tag. Good solid computers to start off with is the 13-inch MacBook Pro with the M1 chip. But essentially, the main thing you're looking for is that it has 16 gigabytes of RAM. But let's have a little look on back market, roughly how much the minimum requirements of a MacBook would cost you. Okay, so if you have a look here, we have a MacBook Pro 13-inch 2020. Fair condition basically means it might have a few scratches on it. It's £740, which for a computer, it's going to last you roughly around 10 years. That's a fantastic deal. They can probably get a cheaper Windows laptop out there on the market, but it's hard to say if the build quality is going to be as good as a Mac. Okay, so now we've got the computer sorted. Let's look at the software. So I recommend Ableton Live to get you started. The reason why I recommend Ableton Live is because it has three different price points. It's priced at beginner, medium, and then expert. So let's have a look at that. So if you look here, you have three options to buy Ableton Live. We have Ableton Live Intro, Standard, and Suite. Now, starting out, I recommend getting Intro. It is £69, or you pay in 3 installments. You can always upgrade at a later date, and you don't have to pay the full price here. You just pay an upgrade price. Now, there's also something called Ableton Live Lite, which comes free with some software. It's essentially the same as Intro, but you only have 8 tracks and 8 scenes to play with. So that is the limitation with Intro. We only have 16 tracks, 16 scenes, and it doesn't have as many software instruments or sounds, but there's more than enough there to get you started. So now we've got a way of storing and editing our music. Let's look at a way of getting music into the computer. The main thing you're going to need is something called an audio interface. That's this red thing here. This is by a company called Focusrite, and it is called the Scarlett 2i2. Now, this is something called the Mark IV version, and it's much better than the previous Mark II and III. It has updated the converters and the preamps to such a good level. I have brought one of these myself, even though I have all this studio equipment. It sounds really good, and it's what I'm recording my microphone on right now. It has a bunch of features that are really good, like auto gain and safe mode. Auto gain will automatically set the right amount of volume for you to record your microphone or your guitar into the computer, which can be a troublesome thing when you first start learning how to produce music, is you either record it too loud or too quiet. So this automatically sorts you out. Also, there's a safe mode, so that ensures that you don't record in too loud and clip the audio. And that basically means it would sound broken and unusable. So with safe mode on, it ensures that doesn't happen, which is a really good feature to have, especially when you're starting out with music production. Another nice thing is it has the inputs for the microphone on the back of the interface, which is really nice for making it all nice and tidy on your desk. Now, this interface comes as a bundle with this microphone here and these headphones for a really good price. Then you are pretty much sorted. So the microphone here that comes with it is a condenser microphone. You're going to get a very good sound out of this microphone, but it's not completely professional, you will probably need to upgrade this microphone at some point. I'll talk a bit about what I recommend doing later in the video. But for now, that's a great option to start out. It also comes with the lead as well, so you don't even need to worry about the lead. It's fantastic. Now, one more optional thing to get stuff into the computer is this thing here, which is called a MIDI controller. So this is the Akai MPK Mini. This is a fantastic little controller because it's small, it's lightweight, it's compact, it has pads and dials and a little screen to help you figure out what you're doing. And this will help you play chords and beats into the computer. It's a MIDI controller, which basically means it controls sounds that are already inside your DAW, which is Ableton Live, and it is very cost effective. This one here is £75 brand new. By the way, everything that I'm recommending here, I have put in a link below. It's an affiliate link, no extra cost to yourself. So if you'd like to support the channel, you can purchase all these items through that link. So now that we've got stuff going into the computer, we need to be able to get it out of the computer. That's where the Focusrite bundle is another plus, because you get headphones with it. Now these are nice, big, comfortable studio headphones. There are a few things that I would recommend upgrading as soon as you get a little bit more of a budget, or if you have the budget already, I recommend upgrading straight away. It's going to make your music sound better and it's going to save you a lot of problems in the long run. And that is upgrading the microphone and the headphones. I'd recommend upgrading the microphones as soon as you can to the microphone I'm using now, which is the Shure SM7B. Now, it is a bit more expensive than, say, the headphones and the microphone and the interface put together, but you're never going to need to upgrade this microphone. It is an industry standard and you're going to get a really good quality vocal recording from it. You're also going to want to update your headphones as well. These headphones are pretty good, but they do EQ the sound a little bit. They make it sound a little bit different from what's coming out of the computer. The headphones I recommend are the Sony MDR7506. And in terms of headphones, they're fairly cost effective as well, coming in brand new at £83. Any production choices you make based on what you hear in these headphones are going to translate a lot better to, say, another pair of headphones, a pair of speakers around your mate's house, or the speakers in a car. So those are my recommendations for your first home studio setup. So if you're coming at this as a beginner on a budget, you want the Focusrite bundle with the microphone and headphones, the Akai MPK Mini, and a MacBook from Back Market. If you want a professional setup that needs no upgrade for whatever, you want to get Focusrite MPK Mini, MacBook, as stated before. Then you want to upgrade to the Shure SM7B microphone, as I'm using here, and the Sony MDR7506 headphones. So now if you're ready to buy, don't forget to use the affiliate link below. Every little bit helps this channel with no extra cost to yourself. And when you do get everything, if you want to learn a bit more about Ableton Live, I have a free course on Ableton Live Lite here, which also applies to intro. However, if you do decide to get either standard or suite version Ableton Live, I have a crash course in it here. Hopefully see you soon. Bye for now.